Heywood War Memorial. Description: memorial with horizontal abutments in the form of a sarcophagus to either side. There is a statue of peace on a pedestal fronting the memorial, with a bowed head and also holding a laurel wreath. On the 9th of April, a War Memorial Committee was appointed, which was made up of the Mayor Joseph Nuttall and some of the chairmen of the various corporation committees. The memorial was intended to stand for the spirit of heroism, the spirit of self-sacrifice, the spirit of all that is noble and great, that was exemplified in the lives of the Heywood men sacrificed in the Great War. It was unveiled by Hewlett Johnson, the Dean of Manchester, on the 22nd of August 1925, who spoke less of heroism and more of the wastage of war, the wastage of human life, our sons, the sons of our allies, the sons of our enemies, the wastage of treasure, and the wastage of civilization. He called for an effort to maintain the peace comparable to that which had prosecuted the war, an effort which would surely end all war. He suggested that the pursuance of peace required a fundamental reordering of values, in which, instead of property and jewels, great spiritual qualities such as art, science, literature, music, fellowship and brotherhood, things that can be shared without domination, should be held in the highest esteem. Only in this way could war be avoided. The bronze figure of peace was sculpted by Walter Marsden. The inaugural procession included a wreath laying by the children, widows and relatives of the fallen. The Roll of Honour was not engraved on the memorial at the time, because the trust fund established to cover the costs only contained enough money for maintenance of the site. Lobbying by the Heywood British Legion secured a grant from Rochdale Council to cover the cost, and the names from both World Wars began to be engraved on the monument in July 1986. Inscriptions to the War Memorial on the upper central section. To the men of Heywood, who gave their lives for us during the Great War 1914 to 1918 and the World War 1939 to 1945. The memorial statue is in bronze and is 274 centimetres high. The memorial is made of Portland stone and is 701 centimetres high, is 914 centimetres wide and is 350 centimetres deep. A new war memorial in recognition of servicemen and women who died in conflict since the Second World War was officially unveiled in Heywood. A dedication day took place on Saturday the 26th of September 2009 in the Memorial Gardens and included a public ceremony and reception in the Civic Centre. The service was led by the Right Reverend Nigel McCulloch, Lord Bishop of Manchester at Heywood Memorial Gardens, and was accepted on behalf of the people of Heywood by Councillor Alan McCarthy, the town chairman, and Armed Forces lead member for Rochdale Council. For many years, local families and the Royal British Legion had campaigned for a permanent memorial, and Heywood's is believed to be one of the first in the country dedicated to those in the armed forces who've died in service since World War II. The 1 metre high and 10 metre wide polished granite memorial has been specifically designed to sit alongside the existing Grade II listed memorial, which was first unveiled back in 1925. Local veterans considered various designs before councillors gave their approval. The design will enable the continuation of the messages from the existing structure, which is surrounded by names on all sides. The arc shape and colours of the new embrace links with the past, whilst the new memorial has polished granite and metal crests. There are 3 crests on the front of both end faces, representing the Navy, the Army, Royal Air Force, Merchant Navy, Royal Fleet Auxiliary and the Heywood Town Crest. The right flank memorial includes the words, "Dedicated to the men and women of the armed forces who lost their lives in the service of their country since World War II. In near and far-off lands they paid the supreme sacrifice. We will remember them." The Heywood servicemen's names included so far, who died in service, include Gunner Glenn Colvin, Royal Artillery, died in Germany 1980, 20 years old. Corporal Stephen Hope, Parachute Regiment, died in the Falklands 1982, 27 years old. Corporal Ian Holt, Royal Electrical and Mechanical Engineers, died in Belize, 1991, 28 years old. Lance Corporal Michael J. Bezick, Royal Regiment of Fusiliers, died in Northern Ireland, 1993, 21 years old. Sergeant Howard Keith Grindrod, Royal Air Force, died at RAF Waddington in 2012, age 40. Private George O'Brien, the Royal Army Service Corps, died the 1st of October 1951, age 20. Corporal David Edward Barnes, Royal Navy, died the 6th of April 1975, age 20, in Deal, Kent. Seaman David Taylor, Royal Navy, died the 30th of October 1971 on the Ark Royal. To mark the 2014 World War I centenary commemorations, the Town Council has decided that after consultations with the veterans that the commemoration should not be in celebration, but rather in solemn reflection and remembrance of all those who've died and have served in our armed forces since the start of the Great War. Designs and inscription details were delegated to the Heywood War Memorial Committee and were approved by the Heywood Township Committee. The left flank memorial was dedicated as a Forgotten Wars and All Veterans Memorial and is inscribed with the following words. Dedicated to the men and women of the armed forces who lost their lives in the service of their country since World War II. In near and far-off lands they paid the supreme sacrifice. In honour and tribute to all veterans, past, present, future. Southeast Asia, Palestine, Malaya, Korea, Canal Zone, Kenya, Cyprus, Aden, Radfan, Suez, Oman and Dhofar, Borneo, Northern Ireland, Falkland Islands, Bosnia, Gulf War 1991, Sierra Leone, Afghanistan, Gulf War 2003. In near and far-off lands they paid the supreme sacrifice. We will remember them. Along the centre line of the memorial is 4 full-colour insignia depicting the Royal Ensign flag, the Army emblem, the Royal Air Force emblem and the Merchant Navy flag. All inscription work to the new left and right flank memorials was done by a local stonemason, Alistair Chadwick. Heywood Township Councillor's specific World War I centenary commemorations project was the addition of the 4 8-foot Portland stone-carved flags, the Union flag, the white ensign, the blue ensign and the red ensign were added to the original memorial, again done by a local stonemason, Harry Simpson, of Urban Stone, and installed by Rochdale Memorial Services. A dedication day for the whole editions was held on Saturday the 25th of July 2015. The service was led by Father Paul Daly, with moving words spoken by the Mayor of Rochdale and the council leader. To complete the 2014 World War I centenary works, the town's flagpoles were relocated and installed by soldiers from 202 Field Squadron Royal Engineers into the Memorial Gardens. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.